Back to the old ABCs. Remember your ABCs and bid high and bid often. Don't have to remember any DEFs, just ABCs. ABC 1, 2, 3. You know me. All right.
Are we out next?
As soon as we get some people in the chat, we'll continue the auctions. Fingers crossed. We got all our fingers, all our toes crossed. Third time is a charm, Sean Miller. All right, welcome, y'all. Wayne Davis, welcome. As soon as we get some folks.
Okay.
All right, Larry. Yeah, let's do this. All right, testing. Bill, welcome. Susie Q, yep, that's right, Susie. Tony, hello, welcome. Auction time coming up. All right, we got rid of the DEF slots. Now we just have ABC, just like the good old days. And again, exclamation point A, dollar amount. Exclamation point B, dollar amount. Exclamation point C, dollar amount. Melanie, welcome. Steve, welcome. Jeffrey, welcome.
Go ahead for auction.
All right. For up for auction, we have Just One of the Guys soundtrack. $20 start. Excellent near mint condition. And in slot B, we have Dangerous Toys, which is a $25 start. VG condition. 2013 German reissue, 2 LP, 180 gram compilation with the lyric inner sleeves. And Tanya Tucker, Tear Me Apart, $5 start. Excellent near mint condition. All right. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Hassan. And let the bidding auctions commence. All right. Anya Tucker, no bid. Dangerous Toys, no bid. Just One of the Guys, no bid. All right. Six Sanguinary, starting us off with Dangerous Toys. Thank you. And here we go. All right, Shakedown taking the lead for the soundtrack. All right. Good. All right, we're here. Cinderella, Kristen Curtis, the leader, $32. Elton John, Winding Down, get that for $5. Kevin, Swooping In. Nico in the lead with Cinderella. Beautiful 1988 UK OG, VG minus Cinderella. All right. Mike Quadrini taking over the Cinderella. All right, Kevin Labadie gets the Elton John for $5. What a deal. Now up for auction, Conway Twitty, by heart. $5 start. Excellent near mint condition. And lots of people getting after the Cinderella, as they should. Nice little compilation soundtrack. Looking for Mr. Goodbar, no bids currently. Winding down. Got Mega Blast in the lead for Conway Twitty. And Cinderella, Miss Still in the lead. Now for bid, Neil Diamond, Touching You, Touching Me. $5 start. EX near mint. M Still gets the Cinderella. Thank you, M Still, 84. And now up for auction, An Unmarried Woman soundtrack. Music by Bill Conti. Sealed with the cut corner, like you can see in the picture. I will be running the auction tonight. And I am Patrick. And Conway Twitty winding down a little bit. And weight spread coming in. All right. Oh, yeah. We'll see what we can do about that magical mystery tree for you, Rafe. Chris, I might sing. I hummed last time. If there's one I feel like singing, particularly ELO. Waits Brad gets the Conway Twitty for $8. Thank you, Waits Brad. And now, oh, look at this. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Black Sabbath. Strong VG condition. 1974 USOG. Terre Haute Press. WB inner and lyric inserts. Ooh-wee, look at that. $25 start. No bids on An Unmarried Woman. And that's winding down if you want to get your bid in. And all right. Slot C coming up for bid. The Dave Brubeck Quartet. West Side Story. $10 start. EX near mint condition. Neil Diamond is winding down. Kevin Labadie gets Nil Diamond. Thank you, Kevin. And the new item up for bid, Judy Garland, Judy in London. $5 start. Sealed. Nice. And Kevin coming in, swooping in with the Black Sabbath. Matt Bushy leading the Dave Brubeck. And Dave. Judy. I think there's some interesting songs that feature bongos, if you guys like bongos. All right, no bids on Judy. And Black Sabbath is counting down. All right, Dan swooping in. And no bids on Judy. Matt Bushy in the lead for Dave Brubeck. And Dave Brubeck's coming to a close. It was Black Sabbath. Sabbath, bloody Sabbath. Matt Bushy gets Dave Brubeck. Jules taking the lead on Black Sabbath. And that Black Sabbath has my favorite Black Sabbath song. It's called A National Acrobat. Y'all got to check that out if you haven't heard it. It's so good. And that is winding down now. Jules goes home with the Black Sabbath. Creek Smallmouth gets the Judy for a killer $5 deal. And now we have Great Songs of the 60s box set, 3 LP set in excellent near mint condition. 36 hits by the top recording artists of the decade. And we also have Cannonball Adderley Quintet with strings. Great Love Themes, $10 start. EX, near mint condition. And Dawkin, also for bid. Alex Miller in the lead, VG++ condition. 1984 US Club. Lyric inner sleeve included in that. All right. All right, so Alex Miller in the lead. One Dawkin. And this looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon's hand reaching out on that one. $25. Winding down. Alex Miller, thank you for your Dawkin purchase. And now for bid, White Lion, Big Game, VG condition, 1989 US Club, CRC, some cover staining, $15 start. And Cannonball, all right, next up for bid, George Burns and Gracie Allen, When Radio Was King. $5 start, sealed. Chet Baker, Blood, Chet, and Tears. Gotta love the wordplay on that. $15 start. EX near mint condition, yellow promo. $15 start on Chet Baker. Nick coming through with the Radio Was King bid. Michael Hamburger and Jules bidding on the White Lion. Those are currently up for bid. All right. Graph Tracker in the lead for White Lion. Chet Baker's no bids currently. Nick in the lead with the radio one. Thanks, man. No problem with the all caps. Bob Ross here. We're going to paint some happy clouds while we sell some records. George Burns winding down. Chet Baker, get your bids in for Chet if you want it. Nick got the radio album. Thank you, Nick. Tangier, 4 wins, now for bid. $20 start. VG++ condition. 1989 US OG. Specialty press with the lyric inner sleeve. And also up for bid, England Dan and John Ford Cooley. Dowdy Ferry Road with the nice little track listing sticker on the front. And that's $5 start. EX near mint condition. Oh yeah.
Good.
All right. White Lion, still up for bid. VG condition. A little bit of staining on the cover, but still a very nice record. Tangier includes the songs On the Line, In Time, and Southbound Train. $20 start. No bids currently. Dirty Pirate swooping in on the Tangier. And England Dan, still no bids. And Graph Tracker still in the lead on White Lion. Dirty Pirate. And get your bids in on Dan. Oh, it's got away. Don't worry, we got another auction here for you. This one is Out of the Closet. EX, near mint condition. $5 start. And Tangier has come to an end. That goes to Dirty Pirate Hooker. Thank you to Dirty Pirate. And now for bid, the Great Dawkin under lock and key. $15 start.
You got that one in your collection?
No, I don't have that one. VG condition, 1985. USOG specialty press, lyric inner sleeve. Graph Tracker taking home the white line. Thank you, Graph Tracker. My old guitar teacher used to have George Lynch's guitar, and I've played it.
Really?
Yeah. And Sonny Crockett leading the way on Dawkin. Thank you, Sonny. And now for bid, KC. I believe from KC and the Sunshine Band. Title is Space Cadet Solo Flight. Sealed. And that is a $10 start. Currently no bids. And Dawkin is getting a lot of action. Make sure you bid often and bid high. You want to take home that Dawkin. Out of the closet. Get your bid in if you want it. Coming to an end. Oh yeah, next up in slot B is Nat King Cole, The Touch of Your Lips. $5 start. EX, near mint condition. All right, no bids on KC. No bids on Nat King Cole. Lots of bids on Dawkin. All right, KC's winding down. If you don't want to take that home, make sure you get your bids in. All right. Jules taking lead of the Dawkin. Now for bid Crocus, change of address. That's a near mint minus condition. 1986 US Club, RCA Music, lyric inner sleeve. Comes with the fine vinyl of Crocus, change of address, $15 start. All right, Dawkin is coming. Get your bids in on Dawkin. Graph Tracker gets the Dawkin. Thank you, Graph Tracker. And now for bid, Spinners, Love Trippin'. $5 start. EX, near mint condition. Two for two for Graph Tracker. Nat King Cole. All right, make sure you get your bids in early. There can be, sometimes it acts a little funny if you wait to the last second. Make sure, try to get them in before 15-second mark. That will ensure your bid goes through. Yeah. Wow. All right, now in slot B, Striper, To Hell with the Devil. $20 start. VG++ condition. US Club. Lyric inner sleeve. All right, Crocus. X-Wing gets Crocus. Thank you, X-Wing. All right, and then next up in slot C is Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. To Be With You. That's going to be a $5 start. That record is sealed. Be the first to open it up and check it out. All right, spinners. Winding down, no bids. Get the lush soul vocals of the spinners. All right. Now a forbidden slot A, Queen Strike. It's going to be a $20 start. VG condition. 1984 USOG Winchester pressing. There's some cover wear and creasing, but it does include the lyric inner sleeve. And Michael Hamburger is doing it the right way. You got to act quick and bid to ensure you get the item.
On a card?
Yeah, that's a card. Like a tarot card or something. All right, Striper, Samantha in the lead for that. Oh, Hassan swooped right in. And Tony Orlando is counting down. Get that for $5. Get some cheap, inexpensive, crazy deals. And Hassan's taking home the Striper. Thank you, Hassan. And oh, look what we have here. The Grateful Dead, Terrapin Station. In slot B, EX, near mint condition. Oh my goodness. And in slot C, Gloria Gaynor, Japanese. Pressing, $21 start. EX, near mint condition. And Michael Hamburger and Tiger, now Tiger, in the lead for Queen Strike. And Creek Smallmouth taking charge on Grateful Dead. No bids on Gloria Gaynor. That bid, get those bids in. All right, we got a little bit of a battle for the Queen Strike. That's what I like to see. We're back, BMK. And Terrapin Station winding down. Make sure you get your bids in. Gloria Gaynor. Queen Strike. What a deal. Creek Smallmouth gets the Grateful Dead. And oh man. Oh yeah, I see it. Jules gets slot A now up in slot A. Great White. Hello, Blaine. Welcome. So glad you could join us. In slot A, we now have Great White, Twice Shy, one of their mega hits, $30 start, VG condition, 1989 USOG specialty press with the lyric inner sleeve. And in slot C, we have Aerosmith, Rocks, $10 start, EX near mint condition. And slot B, we have Diana Ross and the Supremes, Anthology, EX near mint condition. Oh yeah. Greg leading the way on Aerosmith. Matt Bushy leading the Diana Ross. And Creek Smallmouth taking charge, the Great White. Not for long. Lion Stink, now the leader, Great White. And not much time left on Diana Ross. Get those bids in if you want that one. All right. Diana Ross coming to an end. Oh yeah. All right, now in slot B we have Come On and Zoom. Original songs and stuff from the award-winning children's TV show. $15 start. EX near mint condition. All right, Lion Stink taking home the Aerosmith. Thank you, Lion Stink. Now up for bid in slot C. Susan sings songs from Sesame Street. That's a lot of S's. And it looks very interesting. Mega Blast coming in on that. And that's $5 start, EX near mint condition. And now Great White. And make sure when you're bidding, you do the exclamation point, and then the slot letter, and dollar amount. Creek Smallmouth taking home Great White. Thank you, Creek Smallmouth. Now forbidden slot A, Black Sabbath, Technical Ecstasy. $5 start. Goodness gracious. What a deal. Condition, strong, VG. 1976 USOG. Jacksonville with some coverware, but you get the lyric inner sleeve. You can read all the lyrics. Oh yeah. And Mega Blast taking home the Come On and Zoom. Thank you, Mega Blast. Oh, look at this. Another Black Sabbath. Oh my goodness. Black Sabbath, Sabotage. $35 start. VG Plus. A couple of pressing imperfections. 1981 Netherlands reissue. Goodness. Mega Blast taking home the Sesame Street songs. Thank you, Mega Blast. And now, in slot C, When Radio Was King, Inner Sanctum. Sealed. $5 start. Nice. Creek Smallmouth. All right, Black Sabbath winding down. Make sure you get your bids on Technical Ecstasy. You want that one. Okay, that goes to Tiger Kaiser. Thank you, Tiger Kaiser. Getting the Black Sabbath. Getting the Technical Ecstasy. Now forbidden, slot A. The Beatles. Hey Jude. $20 start. Excellent near mint condition. Winchester pressing. No bids on the Black Sabbath Sabotage. That's a Netherlands reissue. That's a fine, fine record. No, nobody wanted the Black Sabbath. That is a fine record, Mitch T. Now up for bid, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Near mint sealed. $10 start. All right, radio ending. Now Nick Gugliotti taking home the radio record. Ooh, look what we have here. In slot C, Dawkins, Breaking the Chains. $25 start. Fiji plus condition. 1983 US reissue. Shrink, wrap, and hype sticker. Check that thing out. Specialty pressing. Featuring Breaking the Chains in the middle and live versions of Paris is Burning. Matt Bushi leading the Beatles. Get your bids in on the Beatles if you want that one. Fine, fine record. Matt Bushi taking home the Beatles. Hey Jude. Thank you, Matt. Now for bid, Santana Festival. $5 start. EX near mint condition. DC is about auction about to end, and that goes to David Dwayne. Thank you, David. Now forbidden slot B, the Jay Giles Band. Ladies Invited. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Oh, yeah. I bought my record player. First one was a record player, CD player, cassette player, and a radio. All right. G. Rieger in the lead with Dawkin. Now Jimb. And Ryan Eaton taking charge of the Santana. Oh, DD's weren't around. Oh, I see. All right, Dawkin is winding down now. Make sure you get your bids in. And make sure you get your bids in on Santana if you're wanting that. Jimbo rocking with Dawkin. That's right, Craig. All right, now Santana, it's ending. That goes to RK. Thank you, RK. Coming up in slot A, Tyrone Power. Reading Byron. Gonna be a $5 start. EX near mint condition. And Tiger Kaiser gets the Dawkin. Thank you, Tiger Kaiser. He's rocking with Dawkin. Now for bid in slot C, Pretty Boy Floyd. Leather Boys with Electric Toys. It's a $45 start. Strong VG. 1989 USOG. Cover wear with a corner clip, as you can see in the photograph. Waits Brad gets J Giles Band. Thank you, Waits Brad. And now for bid in slot B, Steel Eye Span. Now we are 6. $5 start. EX in condition. Hey, Mark. I don't know. Tyrone Power, reading Byron. Slot A. Oh, that's cool, Melanie. Yeah, mine, I had the record player, CD, tape, and I would record cassettes of the radio and my dad's records. Oh yeah, Tyrone Power coming to an end. All right, Tyrone Power goes to Troy Robinson. Thank you very much, Troy. And Pretty Boy Floyd, no bids if you want that one. Get that bid in. $45 start. Fantastic. Hair metal. And in slot A, we have Gabor Szabo, Jazz Raga. And that is sealed. Goodness, look at that. There's a guy playing a sitar on a scooter. That's going to be a $90 start. Fine jazz record. Near mint condition. 1967 US Impulse sealed. John and Barry gets Steel Eye Span for $5. What a deal. Thank you, John. Slot C is now Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. We already got some bids going on with that. And that Poison is near mint minus 1986 USOG Allied Press. In slot B, we have American Flyer. $5 start. EX near mint condition. I think the American Flyer, there's some Beach Boy related thing with that, maybe. I don't know for sure, but sounds real familiar. It was like Brian Wilson's something, or I can't remember now, but that's going. American Flyer starting at $5. EX near mint condition. Guys, Raga. It's about to end. Get those bids in. Melanie Jennings, I found some of my old cassettes and I was surprised what I heard. It was not what I expected. But it was a great trip down memory lane. So now in slot A we have Firefall Elon. That's a $5 start. Near mint condition. Sealed mint condition. And Poison is coming winding down. Okay, that's it. American Flyer. That's it. You got it, Derek. Yeah. Mike Quadrini got the Poison. Thank you, Mike. I'm thinking of another group, I guess. Oh, look what we have here. Oh, my goodness. Roy Harper. Goodness gracious. Roy Harper. Folk Jokopus. $20 start. VG plus condition. That guy is so underrated. He's the singer on Have a Cigar, Pink Floyd. Look it up. It's true. And Led Zeppelin has a song called Hats Off to Roy Harper. Real good stuff. Great folky stuff. And slot C, we have Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Already getting some bids on it. Condition is VG Plus. It's a 1981 OG Pittman press. Some cover wear. And that's at $40 currently. Kathy's getting in on the Roy Harper. Smart move, Kathy. And Mark Fallon as the lead for Firefall. And that's a sealed record. Get that while you can. All right, so that goes to Mark Fallon, Firefall. Thank you, Mark Fallon. Now up in slot A, we have James Taylor, Mudslide Slim. That's going to be a $10 start. B Rigger gets the Blizzard of Oz. Thank you, B. And Kathy gets the Roy Harper. Thank you, Kathy. And James Taylor is EX, near mint condition, $10 start. And Rat, now for bid, slot C. $35 start, near mint minus. 1984 US Club EP. And in slot B, we have Bo Nasty. Dirty, but well dressed. Look at that. $55 start. VG++ condition. Fine record. 1989 US OG. WTG Records. Make sure you get your bids in. before it gets down too far down to ensure the bid goes through. All right. We have bids on all our items currently. Devious John, the leader. James Taylor. Cosmo Kramer in the lead of Bo Nasty. Richard Willis leading the pack on Rat. All right, and when you bid, make sure you put exclamation point, the slot letter. Devious John gets Mudslide Slim. Thank you, Devious John. And now for bid in slot A, Flat and Scruggs, when the Saints go marching in. Looks like some fine Kentucky bow ties on those gentlemen. That's going to be a $5 start. And that's a VG plus condition. Guerrera, make sure when you bid, you put exclamation point, then the letter, and then the amount. All right. Awesome. Bo Nasty is counting down. You want to bid for that, make sure you get your bids in. And Bo Nasty goes to Cosmo Kramer. Thanks so much, Cosmo Kramer. And now up for bid in slot B, George Martin and his orchestra play Help and other instrumental versions of the Beatles songs by their brilliant recording director. And that's going to be a $10 start. That is VG condition. And you can see there's a little bit of wear, a little bit of shelf wear on the cover. And Rat has been sold to Stephen Reeves. Thank you, Stephen. Now in slot C, Dawkin, Tooth and Nail. Flat and Scruggs got a no bid. But rest assured, we have Motley Crue, the Dirt soundtrack in slot A. That's going to be a $30 start. EX plus condition. 2019 US OG 2LP 180 gram with original inners and insert. We have Lion Stink leading the way on Dawkin, Johnny on Motley Crue, and no bids currently on George Martin. Oh no, Brian. So close. Slot B. Now we have Harry Chapin Portrait Gallery. $5 start. EX, near mint condition. Harry Chapin, fine songwriter. Cats in the Cradle, Taxi, 10,000 Pounds of Bananas. Great songs. Currently, no bids on Harry. And Motley Crue, timer's winding down. Get those bids in. Lock in. Coming down to the wire. And lock in has ended, and that goes to Hoopy31. Thank you, Hoopy31, for $31. Imagine that. Slot C, Loud and Proud, by the band Nazareth. $10 start, EX near mint condition. And Harry's winding down. Michael got in a bid for Harry. Thank you, Michael. No bids currently on Nazareth. Motley Crue. Coming to an end. Harry Chapin. Winding down. Nick gets the Motley Crue. Michael gets the Harry Chapin. Thank you, Nick and Michael. Oh, what do we have here? Fine record. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. PG Plus condition. 2006 US reissue. Rhino 180 gram remastered. $25 start. And in slot B, we have Fats Domino, A Whole Lot of Love. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Fine performer. Sorry, Tim, no bonus crate tonight. We'll be running through a couple hundred of these things. And that will be our program for tonight. So Nazareth, your bids in. Hendry taking home the Nazareth. Thank you, Hendry. And slot C, the Simon Sisters sing a Lobster Quadrille and other songs for children. Columbia Children's Library of Recorded Books. $5 start. Chris, I believe that to be true myself. I feel like the singing does stimulate more bidding. And Fats Domino has ended. Now up for bid in slot B, the greatest college football marches. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Burgess gets the Black Sabbath. Thank you, Burgess. We'll run some of the old ones later on. And now up for bid in slot A, Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. To the Sea. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Fine, fine record. And the Simon Sisters. Are about to end. Get your bids in for that if you want that. All right, Simon Sisters. Oh, Carly Simon Sisters. Okay, that makes sense. Now for bid. Tora Surprise Attack. Wow, look at that. $75 start. EX condition. 1989 USOG translucent vinyl. My goodness gracious. Mega Blast getting the football marchers. Thank you, Mega Blast. Now up for bid in slot B. Wow, look at this. Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know. Dio, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Carmen Apiece. Wow. $125 start. Near mint minus condition. Unofficial 2LP red vinyl with the D side being etched artwork. All right, Steve Miller winding down. Get those bids in for Steve Miller if you want to fly like an eagle. And Tora there, yeah, that's what I like to see. A fine, fine record. And Robert Webster taking the lead on Heaven and Hell. I'd like to hear that one. I'm curious about that. Watching live. Thank you very much. Hello. And 850 Johnny gets Steve Miller Band. Thank you, 850 Johnny. Heaven and Hell. Coming, winding down. Robert Webster gets Heaven and Hell. Thank you, Robert Webster. And Tora goes to Gara. Thank you, Gara. Now 3 new auctions. Ready for your bid. Willie Nelson, Without a Song. $5 start. 1 bid on that. EX near mint condition. Frank Sinatra. $5 start. Near mint. EX condition. No bids currently. The Who, Quadrophenia. Another fine concept record from the mind of Peter Townsend. That's a $15 start. EX near mint condition. And now, chipping from the sand trap. All right, Mark taking charge on the Who, Quadrophenia. Here's Frazier swooping in on Frank Sinatra. And that's with the fine Gordon Jenkins Orchestra. Fine arranger. And Willie Nelson out of song. Coming to a close. Make sure you get your bids in. It's Brad swooping in. And Frank Sinatra winding down. The Who winding down. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Hello, team leader. Bob Ross, we're painting happy accidents. Waits Brad taking home Willie Nelson. Thank you, Waits Brad. Golf clap. You got to do the polite golf clap. All right, Skid Row coming up for bid in slot A. Slave to the Grind. Another fine record. A $55 start. Near mint minus. 2020 US EU Record Store Day limited edition. 2 LP, 180 gram red vinyl with the lyric insert. All right. Frank Sinatra, get another Frank Sinatra. The Frank Sinatra songbook coming up for bid. Kevin taking home the Frank Sinatra Where You Are. Thank you, Kevin. Frank Sinatra Songbook Volume 2. $10 start. EX near mint condition. Now for bid, Johnny Rivers Wild Night. $5 start. EX near mint condition. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on the Bob Ross factoids. We'll be here all night. All right. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. Winding down. Scott Williams swooping in. No bids currently on Johnny Rivers. No bids currently on Frank Sinatra. Get you a killer deal from Frank Sinatra, Johnny Rivers. Scott Williams taking home the Skid Row. Thank you, Scott Williams. And what do we have here? Black Sabbath live at last. EX condition. 1982 Ireland reissue. NEMS 85001. Slight cover wear. Goodness. That's a fine record. And Kevin taking home the Frank Sinatra. Thank you, Kevin. And now a forbidden slot B, Brittany Fox, Boys in Heat. $25 start. VG minus condition. 1989 Europe OG. CBS Press. Lyric inner plus band bio insert. We also have The Best of Gary and the Pacemakers. $5 start. EX near mint condition. That's a fine group. Were they the ones that did This Diamond Ring? That's a fine, fine song. All right, Mitch T. taking lead on Black Sabbath. Ireland reissue. Brittany Fox. Weavy are leading the way on that. That's Gary Lewis. That's right, David. You're right. Getting my Garys mixed up. All right, well, Gary and the Pacemakers, get your bid in on that. Brittany Fox goes to Weavy. Thank you, Weavy. Yeah, Gary Lewis. Yep, that's it. I think Leon Russell's playing keyboards on that, Gary Lewis. That's my favorite part of that song. All right, now two more coming up. Bee Gees, Rare and Precious and Beautiful. Volume 2, $5 start. It's Jerry? Oh, okay, Jerry. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Mitch T taking home Black Sabbath. Thank you very much, Mitch T. And now a forbid. Look at that. Cat Stevens numbers. $5 start. EX near mint condition. BG's. $5 start. EX near mint. I believe you, David. Metallica in slot C. Injustice for All. $45 start. VG minus. Side D has some feelable scratches. Still VG minus. 1988 US OG Metallica. Wow. What a record. It could be yours. Chris leading the way. And BG's counting down, no bids. Make sure you get those bids in for BG's if you want that. right, Chris gets Metallica. Very nice. Thank you, Chris. And now forbid. Slot B. Bob Dylan, Saved. $10 start, VG plus condition. Still a fine era of Dylan songs. Got some great backup singers on that record. And then Mark Fallon taking home Cat Stevens. Thank you, Mark. And slot C now is Kicks Hotwire. That's the EX condition. 2022 Europe unofficial green vinyl. Still in shrink with the original inner sleeve. We also have the American Breed, $5 start, EX near mint condition. Yeah, I agree, Robert. The liner notes on one of those Bob Dylan Christian periods is by Penn Jillette, and it says, I've been a lifelong atheist and a lifelong Bob Dylan fan, and that's how it starts. It's amazing. Fine liner notes. I like liner notes. I don't know if y'all like liner notes. I read them all. Every single word. Especially the Johnny Cash ones. Now we got Kicks. Counting down. Make sure you get your bids in for Kicks. But Penn Jillette said that's his favorite period of Dylan. I mean, all right, Kicks. Going home with Paul. Thank you, Paul. Oh, goodness gracious. Look what we have here. Black Sabbath. Sabotage. VG condition. $25 start. 1975 US OG Pittman Press. Warner Bros. Inner sleeve. And Bob Dylan. Counting down. And that goes to Mark Fallon. Thank you so much, Mark Fallon. Now in slot A, Rufus Thomas. That Woman is Poison. Sealed. Wow. Some genuine house rockin' music. $10 start. Sealed. Oh, John Prine liner notes are amazing too. I like On the Beach liner notes, Neil Young by Rusty Kershaw. That's probably my favorite. All right, Santana, of Forbidden, slot B, Beyond Appearances. Sealed. Black Sabbath still going on in slot C. VG condition. Get your bids in. Craig Thomas, that's your uncle? Uncle Rufus? You should buy that one for your uncle, Craig. Chris Gardner taking home the Black Sabbath. Thank you, Chris. Now, look what we have here. Slot C. Lita Ford, Lita. $45 start. EX condition. 1988 US OG. Lyric inner sleeve. Now for bid in slot A, John McLaughlin, Belo Horizonte. That's a $10 start, and that is a sealed record. Now Santana's about over. Make sure you get your bids in. That goes to Cameron. Thank you, Cameron. Slot B now is Junkyard. Assuming it's self-titled. And Junkyard is a $30 start. EX edition. 1989 German OG. Gaffin. Comes with the inner sleeve. What's going on? That's what Marvin Gaye used to say too. Now we got Gregory in the lead on Junkyard. Welcome, Fallon. Welcome, Marco. John McLaughlin. Get those bids in for John. Fine guitar man. The only guy to deny Miles Davis and not join his band when he was asked to. Fine guitar player. Lita Ford. Get those bids in for Lena. Junkyard. And RK gets John McLaughlin. Thank you, RK. Now up for bid in slot A. Nat King Cole. The Capitol Years. Box set. Massive box set. Near mint. $100 start. 1987 UK. 20 LPs remastered. That's right. You heard me right. 20 LPs. $100 start. Sig gets Lita. Thank you, Sig. Now forbidden slot C. Jesse Coulter. Diamond in the Rough. $5 start. Sealed. Get those bids in for Junkyard if you're wanting that. That's a whole lot of vinyl. That's right, Mitch T. And Gregory gets Junkyard. Thank you, Gregory. Now forbidden slot B. Oldies but goodies from the radio stations. Volume 1 on the Lori label. $5 start. Nat King Cole. Coming to an end. Get those bids in. 20 LPs remastered. We got Travis taking the lead on the Nat King Cole. And Travis taking home the Nat King Cole. 20 LPs. Thank you, Travis. Look at this. Mission of Burma versus $125 start. Jesse Coulter sold. Mission of Burma, $125 start, near mint condition. 1982 US, DVD included. John Cougar Mellencamp now in slot C. The Lonesome Jubilee, $5 start. EX near mint condition in shrink. Bid high and bid often. Mr. MR, Mr. got the oldies. Thank you, MR. Now forbidden slot B. Sandy Nelson, Cheetah Beat. $5 start. Twisted Sister, I'm gonna have to check on that. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Sandy Nelson, John Cougar, Mission of Burma. Yeah, the DVDs that's interesting. Mike Quadrini taking lead on John Cougar. Sandy Nelson doing some amazing. I'm seeing Mustang Sally on there. Money. You Got Me Humming. Great tunes. Now up in slot A, Kingdom Come. $30 start. Near mint, minus condition. 1988 US OG. 49 specialty press. Sully Q's gets John Cougar. Thank you, Sully. What do we have here? Alice in Chains. I'm the man in the box. Mr. MFTF gets Sandy Nelson. Thank you. Alice in Chains. $55 start. EX near mint condition. 2017 unofficial. In shrink. White vinyl. With the lyric insert. We also have slot B, Great Moments, Voices, and Music, the 20th Century. Narrated by Ben Grauer. 2 wonderful records and 2 hours of exciting entertainment. That's a $5 start. Kingdom Come, no bid. Weasel swooping in. Get those bids in on Kingdom Come and Alice in Chains. Thanks, Dirty Pirate. Appreciate that. Oh, look what we have here. Black Sabbath. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. $35 start. EX condition. Has a small pressing bubble. US reissue from the mid 80s. Specialty press. Light coverware. Creek Smallmouth taking home Great Moments. Thank you, Creek. Chris Frazier taking home Alice in Chains. Thank you, Chris. And now for bid, slot B. Joe Harriet. Indo Jazz Fusions. Whoa. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Seal. In slot C, Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. Sealed. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Near mint sealed. Joseph in the lead on Black Sabbath. Get your bids in for that. Oh, the Gambler. Yeah. Johnny Cash also turned down that Steve Goodman song. Good morning, America. How are you? Listen to the Don Schlitz version of The Gambler, the original songwriter. It's so good. All right. Indo Jazz Fusions winding down. Nick Domer got that one. Thank you, Nick. Black Sabbath counting down. Kenny Rogers counting down. Get those bids in. Joseph taking home the Black Sabbath. Thank you, Joseph. Now for bid in slot B, Rat and Roll. We haven't had the Art Tatum yet. Should be coming up. I don't know exactly when, but it should be coming up. All right, Rat and Roll, $125 start, no bids. EX near mint. It's a 2022 Europe unofficial 2LP white vinyl. Not easy to find. Kenny Rogers. Sealed. No, Don Schlitz. He wrote The Gambler. He's the original songwriter. And White Snake up for bid, slot A. Slip of the tongue. Currently at $35. Side 1, near mint, minus. Side 2, VG plus. 1989 USOG specialty press. Mark Fallon taking home Kenny Rogers. Thank you, Mark. 1989 USOG specialty press. Cover and edge wear with the original lyric inner sleeve. Now up for bid. Teresa Brewer. Sophisticated woman. $5 start. EX near mint. No scorpions yet. Will be in the future. All right, Rat. Get those bids in for Rat. Travis Woods taking home Rat. Thank you, Travis. White Snake counting down. White Snake goes to B. Rieger. Thank you, B. Slot B is the Beach Boys. M.I.U. album. Sealed. Contains the single Peggy Sue. Here we go. Here's some Japanese. Oh, yeah. Slot A, the Beatles. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Near mint minus 1974 Japan reissue. AP-8163 with the OBI. And Tony taking home Teresa. Thank you, Tony. Now up for bid, slot C, Chester and Lester. The great Chet Atkins and the great Les Paul. $5 start, EX near mint condition. Oh yeah. Beach Boys winding down. Now in slot B, Kansas. Whoa, look at that. Goodness. Trent Harlan taking home the Beatles. Thank you, Trent. In slot B, Kansas. Leftoverture Live and Beyond. Box set. Yeah, I'm Patrick is doing the talking tonight. $75 start on Kansas. Near mint minus condition. 2018 Europe Deluxe limited edition box set. 4 LPs plus 2 CDs. I don't know what that Beach Boys was like. Probably 80s. It looked like an 80s Beach Boys, like Kokomo period maybe. JSON tag, thank you. And in slot A, we have Chic, near mint sealed. Open that up for yourself. You can do an unboxing of Chic. Rear view mirror now up for bid. Starland Vocal Band. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Kansas out to end. Dwayne Colwell taking home the Kansas. Thank you, Dwayne. Look at what we have here. Oh my goodness. Sex Pistols. Never mind the bollocks. EX condition. 1977 Japan OG. First Japanese release with the insert plus the OBI. Goodness. All right. Chic. Vocal band. Counting down. Get those bids in. Sex Pistols, still no bid. All right. Now up for bid. In slot C, rock and roll, solid gold, rock and roll. And fine 50s rock and roll, it looks like. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Yeah. Sex Pistols. Just about over. Get those bids in if you want that one. Now in slot A, John Lewis and Sacha Distel. Afternoon in Paris. Sealed. $150 start. 1957 US mono. First high fidelity brand edition. Wow. I'd love to hear that. Now in slot B, George Carlin. Place for my stuff. Wow. What a great comedic voice. And we've got one bid on that. Oh yeah, Carlin would have a very sharp and pointed and witty response to whatever's going on. Fine comedian. Creek Smallmouths. Got the bid for rock and roll solid gold. All right, I'm back, y'all. I had to get a little drink of water. Oh, and we have Led Zeppelin, Japanese, $95 start. Wow, look at that. Near mint, 1976, Japanese reissue, Led Zeppelin. Scorpions. In Trance. Someone was asking about Scorpions earlier. Here you go. In Trance. Near mint minus 1976 Japan OG. Somewhere on OBI and Spine. Sheldon, I think you're the third person that has said that. Pennies from Heaven. No bids. All right, now for bid. Men at Work. Cargo. EX, near mint condition in the shrink. I can see that, Gregory. All right, Led Zeppelin. Roger swooping in on the Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I saw a thing where Bob Ross, they have all of his paintings still, like every single one of them is in like a room that he made on his show. Time for a fresh final on NPR with your host, Patrick. Ooh, Led Zeppelin, currently at 119. Winding down. No bids on Men at Work. Those in. Jeff Brinley taking home the Led Zeppelin. Thank you, Jeff. Now in slot B, Kate Bush, The Whole Story. EX Condition, 1986, U.S. Specialty Pressing. Thank you so much, Carol. All right, now, will do. Minute work. Mike Quadrini, get your bids in. Minute work. Scorpions currently at 180. Near mint minus. All right. Wonderful gestures in the comments. Love to see it. Minute work winding down. Entry swooped right in. Kate Bush. Coming to the end if you want the Kate Bush. Make sure you get your bid in. Minute work. Kate Bush coming to the end. And Mike Quadrini taking home the minute work. Steve Riley taking home the Kate Bush. Thank you, Mike and Steve. Now in slot A, Morton Gould. More jungle drums. $5 start. EX near mint condition. Slot B, White Snake. EX condition. 1987 US Club with the original lyric inner sleeve. Nick taking home the Scorpions. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much. All right, now for bid, Pat Benatar. Precious Time. Sealed. $10 start. That's so true, Mark Fallon. Get those bids in for Morton Gould. Morton Gould winding down. Brian Ligon takes home the Morton Gould. Thank you, Brian. Now up for bid in slot A. Brittany Fox, Bite Down Hard. Near mint minus 2022 US reissue. Clear with the brown splatter vinyl. Lyric insert and shrink. Get those bids in for Pat. I am Hal 9000 and now up for bid in slot C, ambergris. I think that's ambergris is whale fat, and they make perfume out of it. Samantha taking home the white snake. Oh, somebody was looking for Red Hot Chilies, and here they are. Slot B, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium box set, EX, 2006, US 4LP, 150 gram. Brittany Fox is ticking down. Get those bids in. Now for bid, the average white band. Put it where you want it. $5 start, EX near mint condition. Oh, that sounds interesting, Derek. Ambergris, down. Get those bids in for the Red Hot Chilies 4LP box. Now for bid, slot C, Rat Infestation. This is 2021 unofficial green vinyl with the original inner sleeve and shrink. Near mint minus, $55 start. Oh, let me check on that, John. All right, Rat. Now Carly Simon up for bid. $5 start. Seal. All right. 30 seconds left on the rat. Get those bids in. I think there's about 200 items. Maybe. Close to it. All right. Thanks, Larry. All right, Chris taking home the rat. Thank you, Chris. Richard taking home Carly. Thank you, Richard. Now we have Harry Belafonte on campus. Jumping the line, the conga line. And that is a $5 start. And that is sealed. We also have Martin Denny, A Taste of Hits. $5 start. In slot B, Cinderella Night Songs. EX. 1986. US OG. 70. Indianapolis. Pressing with shrink and hype. Now for bid, Black Sabbath, Volume 4. Near mint minus condition. US reissue, mid-80s. Winchester Press, $45 start. Get those bids in for Martin Denny. If you want some space age bachelor pad music, Exotica. All right, thank you, John Amberry. Now up in slot C, Roxy Music. Self-titled, Fiji++, 1972, UK. Fine album. Hit that like button, like Susie says. Black Sabbath counting down. Get those bids in. All right. Now in slot A, Edgar Winter Group. They only come out at night. $10 start, EX near mint condition. Edgar Winter looking like a merman. Michael Hamburger taking home the Cinderella. Thank you, Michael. Frumpy, by the way, now forbidden, slot B. $50 start, 1973 US sealed. Full bids on Frumpy. Roxy counting down. Make sure you get those bids in. Mark Fallon taking home Roxy Music. Thank you, Mark. Now up for bid in slot C. U2. Garage Band from a Garage Land box set. Near mint condition. Limited to 200 unofficial 4LP 180 gram translucent ice vinyl. Thank you, Johnny Silva, for the Edgar winner. 175 start on U2. Number 112 of 200. All right, now for bid in slot A. Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. $10 start. EX, near mint condition. Oh yeah. All right, another docking in slot B. $30 start. Near mint minus. 1984 US Club. Lyric inner sleeve and price sticker. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. $30 start. Sheldon getting us started on the docking. Ryan getting us started on the Bob Dylan. U2, get those bids in for U2 and Bob Dylan. The Garage Band from a Garage Land, going home with Travis Wood. Thank you, Travis. Now for bid, Michael Jackson Thriller. $15 start. EX. Near mint condition. With the hype sticker. Here we go. Get those bids in for Bob Dylan and docking. Get rocking with docking. Chilling with Dylan. Devious John taking home Bob Dylan. Thank you. Now forbid Eagles, Hotel California, where you can go, but you can never leave. Is that it? EX near mint condition. Includes poster. $20 start. Mark Fallon taking home the Dawkins. Thank you, Mark. Ooh, look what we have here. Fine compilation of the Beatles, the Silver Beatles, live in Hamburg. $25 start. Near mint minus condition. 1982 US 3LP box set compilation. Michael Jackson going home with amenities. Thank you, amenities. That's it. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Hotel California. Slot C, a great compilation of the great Black Sabbath songs. We sold our soul for rock and roll. EX condition. US repress, mid 80s. Jacksonville, 2LP, $45 start. I like the warm smell of fajitas line too. I like anytime somebody mentions food in a lyric. Barry Stromatos taking home the Eagles. Thank you, Barry. Another good food lyric is slurping down chili dogs by the Tasty Freeze. Oh yeah. Beatles counting down. Get those Beatles bids in. Cameron taking home the Beatles. Thank you, Cameron. Oh my goodness. Tom Petty, the live anthology box set. Near mint condition. 2018 US 7LP. 100 sucking on that. That's it. 140 gram reissue. Now for bid. $250 start. All right, now up for bid. The Tatum solo masterpieces. Art Tatum box set. $40 start. 13 LPs. $1974 US comp. $40 start. Rolling Stones, Black and Blue. $10 start. Winding down, get that one for cheap. All right. Now up for bid, Against All Odds soundtrack. $5 start. EX near mint condition. And no one going for the Tom Petty. John Durden, that's hilarious. Now forbidden, slot B. Madonna, Like a Virgin. $10 start. Whoa. EX near mint condition. The Scorpions in Trance, Japanese did sell. Art Tatum, winding down. All right, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath. Near mint minus condition. Let me see if I can fix that for you, Scott. Shoot. All right. I think John Prine's coming up. Hold on 1 second. Pete Seeger coming up. Greatest hits. Oh. Oops. Whoops. Sorry about that, Scott. We'll get that fixed for you. I just didn't click it in time. All right. Now forbid. Slot B. Queen Strike. Human. Condition Human. Box set. Sealed box set. 2015. Limited to 800. 2 LP. 180 gram yellow vinyl plus CDs. Jeff taking home the Black Sabbath. Thank you, Jeff. And now forbid slot C, Leon Redbone. $5 start, EX near mint condition. I love watching his performances on SNL. I think he has a tuba player playing with him. And I also used to think Leon Redbone was Frank Zappa for a while. It was like a rumor. But Pete Seeger going home with Devious John. Thank you, Devious. Now we have Ozzy Osbourne. Speak of the devil. Look at those teeth. This is a near mint minus 1982 USOG Carrollton pressing with the original inner sleeves. $85 start on Ozzy Osbourne. Slot B, We have the Platters Encore of Golden Hits. That's going to be a $5 start. And that's an EX near mint condition. All right. Now for bid 1960. Billboard Top Rock and Roll Hits. $5 start. EX near mint condition. We got Jersey Devil with the Aussie leading the Aussie. Slot C, we have It's Now or Never by Elvis Presley. Kathy's Clown by the Everly Brothers. Stuck on You by Elvis Presley. Running Bear by Johnny Perkins? No, Johnny something. Save the Last Dance for Me, The Drifters. Chubby Checker, The Twist. Alley Oop, Hollywood Argyle. That's a great song. Alley Oop, Oop. Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. Stay, one of the shortest pop songs ever. Handyman by Jimmy Jones. Walk Don't Run by the Ventures. That's what you get on the Billboard Top Rock and Roll Hits. Mark Fallon gets Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Devil. Thank you, Mark. Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, up for bid. Got that song Tops on it. Amazing song. Worth it for that song. Now up for bid, Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti, 1975 USOG, 2LP, Richmond Press, with the original inner sleeves and inserts. Wow. We also have Black Oak. I'm assuming it's Black Oak, Arkansas. Race with the Devil. $5 start, EX near mint. Rolling Stones, we got a bid. All right. Terry taking home the Rolling Stones. Thank you, Terry. That's a fine Led Zeppelin record. It's got my favorite Led Zeppelin song on there. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. You're going to have to guess. Black Oak. Now in slot C, Joe Piscopo, a famous actor, with his first comedy LP, $5 start, EX near mint. That's a great guess, Bill, but no, Cashmere, that's also a great guess. That's not it either. Rover's another great guess, but that's not it either. In the Light, another amazing guess, but not quite. Fool in the Rain. Joel leading the way on. That is a nice Boston. It's In Shrink with the hype stickers. EX near mint. Yes, so Houston. You guys want to know what my favorite Led Zeppelin song is? It's In My Time of Dying. Come on. 11 minutes. It goes by like that. It's so good. Joe Piscopo. No bits. Stairway. All right. Physical graffiti. It's obla dee obla da. Right. Couple more items for tonight, y'all. Make sure you get them in. Here we go. Here's the porcupine tree y'all were asking about. Porcupine Tree Closure Continuation Box Set. Near mint condition, sealed. 2022 EU Deluxe. 3 LP. 12-inch, 45 RPM, I'm guessing. Clear vinyl. Fine, fine group. That Stephen Wilson gentleman is very talented. Super Sessions, winding down, get it in, get that bid in, get it for $5. There we go. John Berry taking home Martin Denny. Thank you, John. Michael in the lead for the super session. Thank you, Michael. And slot B, we have Herbie, Freddie, Stanley, as I like to call him. Herbie Hancock, Freddie Hubbard, Stanley Turrentine in concert. Volume 2. Japanese. Near mint condition. With Ron Carter. Mitch T taking home the porcupine. Thank you, Mitch. Ron Carter on bass. Jack Dejonet. Eric Gale. All right, yeah, we are rock and roll, Mitch. It's coming to an end now. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. These are a couple no bid items. Y'all want some of those no bid items? Do like Susie Q says, hit that like button. Flash. Get those bids in for Flash. Chris taking home the Flash Express. Thanks, Chris. And now we got a live jazz concert going to Amenities. Thank you, Amenities. Running through some older items here. And winding down. So here's your chance to get those items that may have slipped through your fingers earlier. Rhinoceros. $10 start, EX near mint. Gary US Bonds, $5 start, EX near mint. And Cool and the Gang, something special. EX near mint. $5 start. Shannon, you did miss Dangerous Toys. That came up real early. Rhinoceros is great stuff. I think it's the producer of the Doors guy, his group, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Unsold. There's several unsold. They'll just be popping back up. y'all are interested, you can bid. Let's see, I'm checking Mac Davis. I'm not seeing it right now. I think it's sold. All right, a couple more items that were passed on earlier. We had technical difficulties on coming up. Your chance to still get them. Great White did sell, Craig. I think we had 2 of them, maybe. Definitely 1. Winding down now. Thanks, Hiram. Have a good night. All right, we are finishing up now. And these will be the final auctions. Make sure get them if you want them. Get you a deal. Final auctions of the night. Thanks, John. Mariachi sold to John. Hey, Charlie. Yeah, the red chilies box sets came up already. See if that's sold. The red hot chilies did not sell. So we'll have that later. Thanks, Beat After Beat. Have a good night as well. I'm glad y'all could make it. Thanks so much, Susie Q. I'm glad you could make it. Hope you have a great night. No problem, Craig. Hope you have a great night. Greg, thank you. Many blessings, Beat After Beat. Y'all have a great night. And I'm sure we shall meet again. Chris, thank you. Thanks, John. Utah Man, Karawacko Nation. We done, Chris. Adios. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in, and I'll have plenty of great stuff tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Have a great night, everybody. All right, Patrick signing off.